Hi everyone, and welcome to our 2020 virtual launch. It's 2020 has not been the year I think anyone planned at the start, and for us it actually began back before coronavirus and lockdown and everything kicked in, really back at the first test in February, when as many of you know, we had that engine blew up a couple of laps into testing, and our kind of season looked a bit dubious to start with, and obviously that gave rise to Late Braking and Drive, the two competitions that we launched. And I have to say a massive thank you to every single one of you that entered from the team, because that really allowed us to get back on top of things quite early on. Again, that was back in February. The engine went, and then we sent it down to our engine builder, Bold, who again did a fantastic job. Massive thank you to them. Turned it round in under a month, I think, and then by mid-March the engine, thank you to Dad for his efforts, the engine was back in the car. I was up there, we put the setup on it. At that time we were looking ahead to the planned launch, which was going to be a fantastic event hosted by one of our sponsors, Highland Filling Stations. It was going to be a great little event that we're planning for, and then the day after that was going to be or a couple of days after that was going to be the next test. And again, we got the car ready and it's raring to go. And then a couple of days after we had the setup done, we all went into lockdown. So that was kind of the end of that. For us, it started with the postponement of the first couple of races of the Scottish season, and then the postponement was kind of extended for a couple of months, and here we are in the tail end of July, and ultimately the championship, the Scottish Championship's been cancelled, unfortunately. So it's not the season we've all been planning on. But having said that, it's not as if we've been sitting twiddling our thumbs for the last few months. I mean, from a personal point of view, I've been looking at my physical fitness over the break, and I think using the time that we have, the extra flexibility on time for a start, and also the extra time we have had at home to really focus on my physical conditioning. I feel in much better shape now than I think I've ever done in my racing career, and looking forward to get back in the car and put that to the test. But on the other side as well, the sim racing, if you join me here in my virtual racing car that has been my solace over this the past few period, the place that I can actually do some racing. We started in the SMRC Esports Spring Championship on the Project Cars 2 game, and we had some good success there and some great fun races. And then more recently we've now moved into the SMRC Summer iRacing Championship, which is much more of a simulator based experience, and it's been tough. We've had to set the cars up, and the competition is so intense. Some of these guys are really rocket ships in the sim racing world, but we've been able to compete towards the front so far, thankfully. And in fact, just a couple of days ago we picked up our first podium, a third place at Road Atlanta there in our Porsche GT4 car that we race virtually. So that's been a great way to spend the lockdown as well, keeping sharp and keeping the racecraft and the mind active, doing that. But it's not just me. The car as well has been well looked after up in Banff by Dad, who's making sure everything stays maintained, and making sure the systems are all ready to run as soon as we get back out there on track again. No 2020 championship, which means our Scottish Championship title defence will have to wait till 2021. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to get out in the car this year. The good news is that we'll still be on track. In fact, 1 week from now, the first official test since lockdown will take place at Knockhill Racing Circuit, and we will be there with our car, taking it out on track for the first time. First time obviously with the new rebuilt engine, thanks to Bold, and also the first time really because we didn't get much running in February, to try out the developments and the enhancements that we made to the car over the winter, which seems a long time ago now. I mean, every winter we look at ways to improve where we haven't been quite as sharp as we wanted to be the season before. Last year was no different, and we were just a way to start looking into those and analysing them when the engine went in February. So this is really the first chance since we did all that work back in, I suppose, from October to December kind of time last year. this is the first chance to really get on track and see see how the car behaves. So really looking forward to that in a week's time. And yeah, that's all we can really announce just now as far as track action goes. But you know, stay tuned. We are working behind the scenes to try and secure some other track action, possibly even in a competitive environment, which would be great to get out and do some actual racing again. But stay tuned to the website and our social media pages for news of that in the coming weeks, hopefully. So yeah, I just need a big thank you to all our sponsors this season. I mean, obviously every year we rely heavily on sponsorship, and this year's been a bit different, as I've said, but you know, we're so proud to have the sponsors and the team that we do, and the support that we have. It really does mean the world to us, and allows us to go out there and fight for wins and the championship ultimately when we get back to it next year. But yeah, through this period, without the sponsors we've had, it would be very difficult to keep going. So thank you for all your support, and also thank you to everyone who's part of My Race Space. You guys are part of the team. You're very much what it's all about for us, you know, bringing people into the sport and having all those little messages and faces and things looking back at us on the car is something else. It's a shame you won't get to see it on the car this year, apart from in photos, and the photos do look pretty good, but it doesn't do it justice, believe me. The car looks pretty awesome. But as we've already announced to the guys that are in My Race Space this year, you guys will still be on board next year with the same spaces. So yeah, hopefully next season 2021 you can come along to the track and see them for yourself. But yeah, without any more further ado from me, yeah, I'd like to pass you on to a little launch video that we put together for 2020, and enjoy that. And then once you're done, head to the website jordan-gronkowski.co.uk or our Facebook, Twitter pages, and have a look at the photo shoot from the launch. Enjoy, guys, and we'll see you on track. Bye.